Have some blocks, start on your back. Oh my God, there's water. The soles of your feet come together. The palms face open, or hands on your stomach, your heart, your chest. There's no right or wrong. Feel the anchoring of your feet. Yeah, and just connect. Allow yourself to just drop into the mat. Allow yourself this practice. There's no destination, there's no end. It just kind of is a flow that moves. If you're lucky enough, you get a little condensation dripping from the skylight onto you today. Yep. And just feel. Ujjayi breath, inhale through the nose to the back of the throat. Exhale through the nose to the back of the throat. Good. Couple more cycles of breath. At any point during this morning's practice, you need to take a break. Please listen to your body. Okay? Because you know I just like to go. You'll blink your eyes open this morning. Okay? You're going to make a little mountain with your legs. I'll do this with you. Bend your legs in half. The right leg will go towards the sky. Okay? The right hand will go behind the head. The left hand's going to tap the right toes. Now, when I crunch up, I feel my lower back spreading, and the nature is that your right shoulder wants to roll in. We want to avoid that. We want to keep our right shoulder winged open. So there's a spreading of the chest, okay? So now you're going to lower your right leg. If you want to go all the way to a hovering position, that's going to be the most challenging. The left arm's going to reach back. Good. And you're going to go on the exhale breath, you're going to tap just like that. And tap. Perfect. Keep going and tap. And if you want it to be more challenging, you can hover your left leg or keep the left leg straight out. So it's a full body kind of dimensional thing. I'm grabbing toes. As you come up on the exhale breath, keep your right shoulder blade kind of open. You got it. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, breathe. 4. If your right leg is down, flex your right toes. There you go. 3. Keep going. 2. 1 more. And on the up, you're going to reach across your body. You're going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your right knee. Left leg up. Left hand behind your head, same drill. Right hand, left toes touch. Left elbow stays open. You got it? You're going to reach across and then bring it back up. So do the first few with the leg bent. Kind of check in. And then if you want to slide your right leg forward and flex your right leg strong, that's going to make it more intense. Try and move on the exhale breath. Lower back spreads. I'm grabbing your toes. It's good luck. Keep going. Like a big yawn across your body for 10, 9, keep the left elbow kind of open. 8, you got it. 7, 6, 5, breathe. 4, 3, it's dynamic. 2, 1. On the up, you're going to reach across and you're going to crunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flex your right foot. 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a big squeeze. Rock and roll a few times. Cross the ankles. Step up into a down dog. Wasn't that fun? You should feel your stomach kind of activated. That's the goal. I really like to do ab works first, not to torture you, but really it helps your lower back and your hamstrings tremendously as you move through the practice. So just making that kind of connection to the center line of the body. Good. Spread your palms wide. Take up a lot of space on the mat here. I always look at the hands. Index fingers are forward, a little bit turned out. Feet are about hips width distance. You can have as much bend behind the knees as you need this morning. Back side of the body getting a pretty active stretch. Shoulders move away from your ears. Head hangs soft. Jaw relaxes. So think about moving your shoulders, Lila, away from your ears. Little bending your elbows. Movement like this. There you go. Outer triceps grip in. Breath is free flowing right now. Being still is hands down the hardest part in the practice. It's easy to keep moving, right? Roll forward to plank. All the way forward, plank position. Lead with your heart and chest. That's it. You can always modify if you get here and you're like, you know what, I'm feeling like I cannot hold this today. Listen to what your body needs and drop your knees down and support the pose. There's a scissoring in of the center line. Allison, bend your elbows a tiny bit and take your hands a little bit wider and you'll be in good shape. Stay with it. Bring more weight forward. You're still in plank position. You know it. You know it. Neck is neutral. Hips go up and back, down dog. So now you kind of found your sweet spot. Hands and feet have found their place. You roll forward in one motion, plank position. Hover your right foot just an inch from the mat, just an inch. And then hug your right knee in towards your navel. And then hover your right leg back to a three-legged plank. Lower the right foot. Left foot hovers. Hug the left knee in and up. Scoop up the belly. Look forward with your eyes. Slide the left leg back so it hovers the mat. Lower the left leg. Again, right leg floats. Right knee kind of squeezes in. Right leg extends back. Hover it. Lower it down. Float the left foot. Hug the left knee in. Extend it back. Let it hover. Lower it down, plank. Halfway to a push-up that works for you now. Support with the knees down if you need a little support this morning. Elbow slide, side body, right by the side body. Re-straighten your arms to a plank. Isn't this jolly? Hips go up and back, down dog. So maybe modifying is where it's at. Roll forward, plank. Halfway to a push-up that works for you. Maybe you need to modify with your knees down. Chrissy, more weight forward and you'll be in good shape. There you go. Re-straighten your arms, plank. There you go. Hips go up and back, down dog. You're like, that was terrible. That was really not great. Look where you want to go to the top of the mat. Take a couple steps or hop light this morning. Once you arrive, long spine on the inhale breath, weight stays forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Let your head go. Root to rise, come all the way up. We look lively. Drag it to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. My son drank his smoothie with his eyes closed this morning. It was really sad. Arms go straight up towards the sky. I was like, are you going to wake up? He's like, no. Dive over, bent knees forward, fold. Long spine to prepare. Step, step to plank. When you arrive in this plank, halfway to a push-up, modify if you need to. Drag yourself through an up dog or cobra. You pick what feels best. Hips go up and back, down dog. Good. Keep your arms straight. Look where you want to go. You can step, you can float, you can crawl, top of mat. Long spine, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Just let it kind of rip here. Long spine to prepare. Step, step to plank. If you're going to shoot back, you're going to land in a low push-up chaturanga. Up dog pulls you through your body, press even. Hips go up and back, down dog. Each one gets a little better, I hope, for your sake. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Step, step, or float light, chaturanga push-up. Up dog pulls you through your body. Hips go up and back, down dog. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat, get there light. Long spine, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up, just keep moving and breathing. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step, step, float, skip, however you want to get there. Chaturanga push-up if you're taking it. Up dog is smooth, press even. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Try and keep your hips squared as you do this. There's a hugging in of your inner thighs. Right leg is straight. Come forward, hug your right knee towards your navel. Give it a good little squeeze. Arms are straight up and down. Good, look forward with your eyes. Step your right foot forward and through in a low lunge. Tense your left fingertip, slide a block underneath the hand if you know you're a little tight and short, and peel your right arm open. We're going into an easy twist. Watch your left shoulder. It has the nature of rolling in. You're in an easy twist with your right leg forward. There you go. Yep. There's a hugging in of your right hip, an activation of your back left leg. Yeah, and your heart is spinning open. Your neck can be as neutral as you need or look sideways or look up. Great. The right hand comes to frame the front foot. So I love this transition. All you're going to do is start to straighten the right leg and open the left leg open a little and grab anywhere across the front of the right shin into triangle from the ground up. So you can use the same block if you need it, or grab anywhere along the front side of the right leg. I always have a little bend in that front right leg. Stack the two shoulders open. Yeah. To pull up somewhere across the front of the right shin, Jen. There you go. Lean back a little bit. There's like a zipping up of your inner thighs. Look sideways, look up. Feel your feet feeling grounded on the floor. Okay, so we're going to circle it to the ground, back to that low lunge. So the left heel pivots up. You're going to drop your left knee down on the mat, firm up the left hand, the left toes spin out, and you're going to slide into a modified side plank with your right leg up in space. So you're on your left hand, you're on your left knee, and your right leg extends up into space. Right arm extends up. Perfect. Flex your right toes. Take your calf back a little. I think you'll be a little more, yep, keep going. You'll be a little more grounded. That's it. Right hand down, square off your hip. Keep your right leg in space. You're in a little tabletop position with your right leg up. Your left knee is down. Both hands are on the mat. You're going to hug your right knee in towards your navel in this little tabletop. You got it. Look forward with your eyes and step your right foot back forward. Curl the back left knee up off the mat. Turn the back foot on a sharp angle. Root to rise, warrior one. So you come up into first warrior. Yep. Just a little bit of a different transition this morning. Your right hip grips in. Your left ribs have enough room to move forward. So there's a turning action. And if you can't turn your left ribs, Lila, you may need to turn your back toes a little more forward to kind of get that rotation from the hip. There you go. Your neck is neutral. Hands come down to frame your front foot. Let's hit plank position. Together, we'll lower to a push-up of choice. So you just decide what you know you can hold, maintain, and breathe through. Then you'll drag yourself to a back bend of choice. We're all a little different. Some of us are taking up dog. Some of us are in a baby cobra. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. When we hit the down dog, we'll breathe the left leg up and back to a three-legged down dog. Lift from the inner thigh. Outer triceps grip in. There's a firming of your hands, your arms. Left leg is straight. Gavin, switch legs. Lift your left leg up. There you go. You did that leg already. Perfect. Come forward, hug your left knee in towards your navel, give it a squeeze. Your arms are straight up and down. Look forward with your eyes. Step the left foot forward and through. You're in a low lunge. You'll tense your right fingertips, maybe use the block and peel your left arm open, easy twist. Just pay attention to your right shoulder. I know for me, I have a nature of rolling that shoulder in. Yeah. Just be mindful of it. There's a zipping up of that back leg. It's a good song, right? Yeah. Scissor that left hip under and breathe. And you find the pose, then you hold, you breathe. Stay with it. And as we hold the poses, sometimes what happens is you notice where your weakness is. Nice. Stay for a few more. Good. Left hand comes down. It's kind of a seamless transition. So you straighten your left leg and you turn your right toes out at the same time. You anchor and you slide into this triangle from the ground up. Anywhere across the front of that left shin, you want to straighten your left leg and pull up. Straighten your left leg. Pull up on the front of the shin or utilize the block to the outside of the calf. Your front left leg always has a little bend. Your right arm extends up and then you look sideways or you look up. And then we breathe here, holding. And there's enough time in the posture so you start to feel the opening of the body and the opening or, you know, closing of the mind, because the mind doesn't always stay open in every pose. Let's face it. Stay with it. The too long? You've got a long leg. Play with it a little. Did you coordinate the whole outfit with the mat? Okay, because it's really very coordinated, I have to say. The water bottle too. Jesus, you really went to town. So look to the floor, circle the hands down, let the right heel peel up off the ground. You're back in this low lunge. Firm the right hand into the mat and then drop the right knee down. Turn the right toes out towards me a little. So it's kind of on an angle. And then you kind of slide open into the modified side plank. Yeah, and if you're using a block underneath your hand, so I think the trick with this pose for you is to take the right foot and turn it. Right. Perfect. See, that made a little bit more. And maybe the block's a little too far away. I don't know. And then float the left leg up, only hip height, flex the left toes. This is great. Side ribs long. Left hand comes down, square off the hips. Don't let the left leg touch. So you're in a little baby tabletop. So you're on your right leg. Both hands are firm and your left leg is lifted. You got it. Hug your left knee in towards your navel in this little tabletop. Give it a little squeeze of the abdominal wall. Then look forward with your eyes and step the left foot forward. Then engage the right knee up off the ground. Turn the back foot on a sharp angle. Grip your left hip in and rise warrior one. Come up warrior one on the left side. Back foot on a nice turn. Do your right rib spin. Shoulders slide down the back. There you go. Hands to frame your front foot. Hit a plank. Lower halfway to your push-up. Up dog is smooth. Downward facing dog is where we meet. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Get there light. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold into yourself. Hit your version of chair that works for you. Feet can be together or separated. You can even slide a soft block in between the thighs. Weights in your heels. Yeah. If you go with the block, the feet have to separate a little. Neck is neutral. Arms up in any direction that work for you. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. So from the top, we're hitting sun beads today. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Weights in your heels as you sit way back into chair. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare yourself. Step, float through a vinyasa. Good. Up dog is smooth. Downward facing dog, hips go back. Right foot lands, back foot turns. Rise on your breath, warrior one. Hands to the floor, chaturanga. We all move a little different, so, kind of find your momentum, your rhythm. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. The left foot lands, the back foot turns. You move on your breath, your movement. Rise. Good. Back down we go. Chaturanga push up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog is where we meet. Why are people texting me? I've worked on Fridays for like literally 22 years. Yeah, at this time. Look where you want to go, step or float to the top of the mat. That's why you love electronics, like the Apple Watch is awesome, but it's also super annoying. Fold. Chair pose. It's like, every time Amazon comes to your house, the mailman's there. Right. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up, keep it moving. Weight in your heels, way back. Pick your butt back. There's going to be a natural curve. Keep your neck neutral. Great. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare yourself. Step or float through your version of a vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Press even. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns. Rise on your breath, warrior one. Anchor with that back foot that kind of trumps the pose. Hands back down, chaturanga push up. Upward facing pulls you through. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns. Now we're going. Rise, warrior one. To the floor we go, chaturanga push up. Upward facing is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat, get there light. Long spine, fold. Weight in your heels for chair, sit low. Shoot up to stand up. These look great. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky, heavy in your heels for chair pose. Sit way back. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare, step or float through a vinyasa. Adding or subtracting push-ups. If you're moving through the up dog, try and keep it really smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right foot lands, back foot turns. Rise on your breath, warrior one. Fabulous. To the floor we go, chaturanga push-up. Spread your palms wide. You got it. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns. Rise. Back down we go, chaturanga. Upward facing, smooth transition. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Feet come together at the back of the mat. Let's roll forward to plank and lean on the left hand for traditional side plank. Yeah, if you preferred the version that we took a few moments ago, you can drop down and repeat. You could stagger your feet, but we want to lift our hip up. Yeah. So a variation of side plank that you can hold and breathe in. Top arm can always be up and over your ear. Watch your right hip, Amy, that it's not turning open. There you go. Plank position, slow. Plank position, slow. Float your right foot an inch from the ground. Hug your right knee straight in. Yeah. Look forward with your eyes and step your right foot smack in between your hands. Turn your back foot on a sharp angle. Don't come up. Reach for your block. Place it to the instep of your right foot. Yeah, you can place the block low, medium, high, but I need you to caddy it to the instep for the B variation of extended side angle. You kind of lean into the instep of the right leg using the back of your right tricep arm and then peel the left arm towards the ceiling. Yeah. If the stance isn't wide enough, it's probably telling you something. You need to widen your feet a little bit. Yeah. Grip your right hip in, turn your bottom ribs towards the ceiling, lean back a little bit. So you want to use the inner part of your right leg to kind of set up the pose and get into the hip. If the left arm up towards the sky feels pretty solid and you feel like you can add in a little something saucy, you can take your left arm and wrap it behind your back. Yeah, it's up to you. So not all of us have great shoulders. The neck is connected to the shoulders, so sometimes it's actually the neck that's stopping you from binding. Lean back into that right thigh, though. Your breath is with you. At any moment that you get breathless, you've gone too far into the pose. That's not the point of the yoga practice. Yeah. Unravel the left arm if you took it behind your back. Use the power and strength of the left side of the body to pull you up to a warrior two, and hold. So sometimes the stance has a nature of getting a little smaller. Right. So you have to widen your stance a little bit. I want you to really kind of peek in the mirror and see, is my right knee tracking over my right ankle? If the right knee is coming over the toes, you know you need a bigger stance. Good. Then the left arm has as much power as the right arm. Yeah. Soften the shoulders down the back, lengthen the tailbone, and then kind of find stability in your body, your mind, your breath together as a unit working to hold you up. Anchoring from your feet. And then letting yourself just kind of feel. Maybe close your eyes. Yeah. Being in the moment, not an angry moment, just a moment that you kind of ride your breath out. Sit deeper. We're going to reverse the warrior together. It's not a back bend. I just want you to keep in mind that you're really getting the line of the front line of the body to open. Your right arm reaches back. You're going to come back to a warrior two, and this time you're going to reach way out to the outside of your right foot and you're going to reach way forward into half moon. You're going to step up into half moon. Yeah, you're going to step right forward into that half moon. Yeah. So you're taking that full extension from reverse warrior and kind of using it to slide forward. Nice. Once you get up into this half moon, if there's any little things that you like to do to challenge yourself or kind of make yourself in that spot of enjoyment in the pose, do that. Half binding, no binding, maybe getting lighter on the fingertips. Awesome. Keeping your right foot forward is the goal. Your right hip has to stay engaged and charged up in order to do it, and your right knee may need to soften a little. If you are kicking, the kick goes behind you towards my voice. If you fall from the pose, it's not a biggie. You just try it again. Stay with it a little longer, though, so we can really get the kind of the action of the pose, turning of the right ribs. Nice, Amy. Looks very good. If you bound it up, release into a regular Arta for a beat. Look to the floor, square it off. Left hand down. Step your feet together at the top of the mat. Long spine on the in. Exhale, fold into yourself. We'll sit deep into chair. Weight moves into your heels. Heels. Yep. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. You're going to hook and twist towards the right. Yeah, watch that your feet, your shins, your knees, everything stay very aligned. I like to point the right elbow towards the sky or even fist my right hand into my left palm. It's kind of a nice action of turning. Look sideways or look up. You got this. Try not to look back. In most of these twisting poses, what happens is when we look back, we round. We want a straight, long spine so we can really get the most of this. Watch your left knee, that it's not sliding past your right. If you felt nothing in the pose, there'd be no reason for being here. So you want to feel. Pull around to chair. Weight stays in your heels. Yep. You're going to sit real low in chair and you're going to hit the floor to a Navasana boat. We're going to drop down onto our forearms though today. So reverse forearms, palms will face you. The idea here is that your shoulders are nice and open, your chest is nice and lifted, and you're engaging your core. We're going to scissor the leg up. So right leg extends, left leg floats. And then you're going to switch. So if your lower back is sensitive, you just do little butterfly kicks. If you have a little more range of motion, you're hovering the mat. So you're just switching here. Neck is neutral, look up towards the sky and feel this in your core. If you slow it down, you'll feel more. Breathe. We're going to switch the movement now. We're going to bend the knee and we're going to pedal it out. Yep, bicycle it out. Keep going. You might get rained on. Scissor the leg, straighten, change the motion, go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to lift up, flex the feet, arms extend, and you're going to fold. Yep. Good. Cross the ankles, float your hands in front, step or float through a vinyasa of choice. Once you get through your up dog, it will feel powerful enough to come back downward facing dog. Good. Feet together at the back of the mat. Roll forward to plank. Lean on your right hand for a Vashisthasana side plank. Yep. I'm convinced if I didn't teach yoga, I'd have absolutely no brain power because my memory would be completely shot. This forces you to remember, what did we do? What did we do on the other side just 5 minutes ago? Stack it open, breathe. So you find the posture, and then there's a moment that you like, your mind wants to tell your body to give up. Your body wants to tell your mind to give up. But if you kick your breath in, there's this possibility and awareness to hold on a little longer. Plank position slow. When you hit the plank, separate your feet so they're hips width distance, float the left foot an inch from the ground, and then hug your left knee in towards your navel. Great. Then look forward with your eyes and step your left foot all the way forward and through. Turn your back foot on a sharp angle, reach for your block and set up from the ground up in that B variation. Very grounding. Pick a height for the block. You may need to go medium. Make sure your back foot's turned on a sharp angle. Lean back a little into the inner part of that left thigh. So you want to encourage the openness of the hip. Stack up the two shoulders. And then if you need to, you can add in that little bind if it feels good. Half bind, even halfway around where your hand kind of rests on that sacrum. If you're wrapping all the way to the inner part of your thigh, that's great. Just want to keep turning your ribs and leaning back a little. So lean back so the crown of the head is moving over your front foot. More breath to kind of ignite you and glue it together. Sit deeper into that front thigh. Unravel your right arm. Let the power of your right arm pull you up into a standing position, warrior two. Warrior two. And then you settle in here. It's always good to look at your feet. Make sure your feet haven't gone all over the place. Yeah, your left knee rolls open. So think inner thigh to outside of baby toe. Lengthen the tailbone. Soften the shoulders down the back. Opportunity to find yourself right here. Maybe close your eyes. Go inward. Yep. Engage your right leg more. Find a moment of kind of peace in the pose. Lift the palm, reverse the warrior. Let the side body get real open, real long. You're going to come back through warrior two, reach way out in front, and then reach for the block and step up into Ardha. As you step up into that Ardha, you may need to make the block medium or high height. Enough forward and over to the left. Lila, go a little bit more left, and I think you'll be good. Yeah. Left foot, the goal is to have it stay forward. The hip has to grip in order to do it. Awesome. Then lift the right leg, flex the right toes. Add in whatever it is that you feel you need for this side. We just try and keep it consistent if possible. Awesome. Breathe. Couple more breaths. Even if it gets a little shaky, a little uneven, a little uncomfortable. Test your limit. Release any binds that maybe you acquired. Regular Ardha. Right hand to the floor as we square our hips together. Step the feet together at the top of the mat. Long spine on the inhale breath. This is great. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Weight in your heels. Stick your butt way back. Yeah. Drag the hands to prayer at heart. Inhale your breath. On the exhale breath, we're going to hook and twist towards the mirrored walls. We're going left now. The right elbow, maybe it's floating in space. Maybe it's hooking to the outside of the thigh, totally depending on your body and how you feel. What we're aiming for, though, is the feet, the shins, the knees, and the hips create a nice little box shape. The alignment is everything. Yeah. Chair pose, pull it around. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Good. So hug your right knee towards your navel. Give it a good little squeeze. Yeah, use both your hands to kind of start the process. We're on our left leg, guys. So you're going to stay with your right hand on the front of the right knee. The left arm extends up. Maybe this is the pose for today. If you're able to grab your big toe, you'll grab your big toe and extend your right leg forward. But you want to do this with the right leg and the right hand on that big toe. Yes. Stand up nice and tall. So right hand, right knee, right hand, right toe. Left arm extends up towards the sky. So you're growing nice and big. Perfect. We don't want to be on our lower back. You want to zip up that left leg and let the shoulder slide down the back. You're going to open it up a little bit to the right. So even with a straight leg or a bent knee, your right leg is just opening a little bit. The second that you see your right hip kind of lift up, you know you've gone too far. Your left arm is straight up, or it can open out to the side if you have room with the palm facing up. There you go. Place the right leg into tree. You may need to use your hands to do this. And then regrow the branches up towards the sky. There's a hugging in of your hips as you do this. Perfect. Side ribs nice and long. Anywhere along the instep of that left leg, the right foot could be. I just don't recommend the foot kind of jamming into the inside of that knee. Side ribs long. Your focus on a dristi, on a focal point, something that you could maintain. Great. Step down. Right foot meets left foot at the top of the mat. Drop your arms. Switch now to your right leg. Stand on your right leg and draw your left knee in. Use both your hands to start. Give it a good little squeeze. Then your left hand slides to the front of the left knee. The right arm extends up towards the sky. Start basic. You don't know what this side's going to give you. If you can move on, you'll grab your big toe and extend your left leg straight forward. We're going straight forward first and just working on balance and flexibility and stability in the body. Lengthen and get out of your low back. Zip up that right leg. Let that shoulder slide down the back. Like a little door hinge. It's going to start to open a little to the left. Yes. Hand can be on knee, leg can be bent, or leg can be out on an angle. The second you see your left hip start to lift up and come out of alignment, the pose is over. You want to stay within the range of your flexibility. The right arm can drop open if you want more, to the side with the palm up, last few breaths. Your breath is needed. Your focus and your attention on one thing. Take your foot somewhere along the inside of the leg and find tree pose. Somewhere along the instep of that right leg to find your tree. Hug your hips in and then regrow your branches. Side ribs nice and long. You got this. Neck is neutral. Look sideways, look up a little without dropping your neck back. Nice work. Couple more breaths. Hands to prayer. Step down, top of mat. If you've shifted to the front of your, in the middle of your mat, move to the front of your mat. Separate your feet hips width distance. Keep your right leg where it is and step your left leg back about 3 feet. Right hand on your hip, left arm extends up towards the sky. We're going to come halfway down. Steer your hips back by kind of manually adjusting your right hand to your right hip back. Come the rest of the way down. You can either have your left hand press into the front of your right shin or onto a block to the instep. Some of us are very mobile in this pose, and you can go to the outside, but majority of us need instep of the foot. Yeah, decide what's best. Right hand can stay on the flat part of your spine to kind of give you information about what's happening. Steer your right hip up and back. Yes. Activate your left thigh bone and your hip forward, and then extend your right arm up towards the sky if you want more. This isn't for everybody. Anchor that back leg. So it's like a short warrior 3 with a warrior 1 position with your legs with a twist. Stay with it. It's one of those postures, if you get the opportunity to be in it a little longer, there's going to be a lot more opening. Sides of the legs, IT band, and hamstrings. 2 more breaths. Exhale the breath, fold over the right leg and let it go. So I know personally when I have to fold over my right leg, my right knee needs to bend significantly. And sometimes blocks even need to go under both hands to kind of bring you up a little. Yes, breathe the right hip up and back. Let the head just kind of detach down. Come to the fingertips, long spine, and you're going to step to the top of the mat, feet hips width apart. Long spine on the inhale breath, exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Good. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Step your right foot back about 3 feet, hand slide to your hips. Left hand on hip, right arm extends up. This is just a very methodical way of teaching it. Inhale, lengthen, come halfway. Use your left hand to kind of slide your left hip back, then come the rest of the way down. Twisting triangle with your left leg forward. Awesome. Alignment looks good. So breathe this hip up and back. It's a hard adjustment once you're in the pose. You got it. Hand can be on the flat part of your back. Look sideways to the left or look up. If you can peel your left arm open, give it a go. If not, don't worry about it. As you twist, you breathe into the twist. The spine stays long and strong. Scissor the inner and outer thighs. Twist a little deeper. Exhale the breath, fold. Fold over that left leg. You may need to bend that left leg as much or as little as you need to kind of get in there. Blocks can be placed under one or both hands to bring the floor up to you. Slide the blocks out of the way, plant the hands to the mat, and step to a dog, back a mat. Step to a down dog. When you hit your down dog, roll forward to a plank position, please. Lower halfway to a push-up and hold for a beat. Slide yourself through an up dog or a cobra, but hold for an extra breath. Let the shoulders slide down the back, press even. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward and through for a crescent lunge. Crescent lunge, come on up. If you know you but need to modify crescent lunge, the back knee can drop. Drag the hands to prayer at heart. You're going to lean way out in front of you like you're going to launch to a warrior 3. Then you'll hook and twist. That's how we get the best extension here. Back leg super charged up. Weight all the way forward. Looks awesome. Really nice, Nikki. Hand can be on the flat part of your back. You can open up your arms in any amount. You can modify into an easy twist like we started the practice. Stay with it. Scissor that right hip in. Nice work. Couple more. Juicy breaths. Juicy. Hands to frame your front foot. I love this transition. You're going to stay low to the ground. You're going to pivot your hands to the instep of the right leg. You're going to pivot through center. Inhale, come to the fingertips, long spine. Exhale, fold down the center. Let the head go. Yep, you can do lots of different things with your hands here. They can come directly to the floor of the mat. They can rest onto blocks. You can grab the sides of your feet. You can hook your big toes. You can walk your hands through your feet. You can go up into an inversion. We're here for a few really good breaths. So find something that works for you. Dropping your head down below your heart is an inversion. Yeah. So bring more weight forward. Nice. Give it a whirl. Three more breaths wherever you are. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Pause. Find extension. Crawl your hands to the left foot, to the back of the mat. You're going to stay low. Pivot the left foot towards the back of the mat. Walk the right foot a little to the right as a nature of kind of creeping in. Yep. Sit heavy in that front thigh. Make sure the stance is long enough and wide enough. Rise, crescent lunge, facing back of house. It's sometimes nice to change your view. Drag your hands to prayer. Lean way out first. Then we'll hook and twist. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Make sure the stance is long enough and wide enough. There you go. If you need to modify, you drop your back knee. You modify with an easy twist. You point your left elbow up towards the sky. I mean, there's so many options here to make the pose work. Hook your left hip under though. Activate your back leg and twist. Stay with it. Couple more. Hands to frame your front foot. Pause. Take your hands to the instep of the foot. One more time. You're going to walk your hands through the center and you're going to come through the center facing the mirror again. So it's a wide straddle. You're going to reach for a block. You're going to place it to the center of your 2 feet, a little out in front of you. The left hand's going to come flat on the block and the right arm's going to come open towards the sky. So it's like a wide straddle with a little twist. Yes. Nice. The right arm that's opening up towards the sky can slide to the outside of that left hip if you have that motion, or hand to the flat part of your back, just to kind of give you a little shoulder opener. We want to find real evenness in the body here. So you're not dipping to one side. Turn your toes in a little bit and it's going to help. Unravel the right arm up towards the sky. Take the right hand down to the floor to the block. Set up, right palm directly underneath the shoulder blade, left arm extends open towards the sky. You can start with the hand on the hip or the flat part of your back, or you can go right into that half bind. Yeah, I told you we get the hamstring. Yeah, just pay attention. It's hard to know if you're dumping into one side. I can see you all. Everyone looks pretty good. Yes, stay real high on that right hand, and that's going to help. And a little soft bend behind your knees as you bring more weight forward. Nice. Unravel both hands down to the floor. Staying low to the ground, you're going to creep your hands towards that front right foot at the front of the mat. Right leg will bend into a low lunge, back heel will lift up, plant the palm, step to a plank. When you hit plank position, halfway to your push-up chaturanga, drag yourself through a smooth, clean up dog, better than a dirty up dog. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Slide your right knee forward, half pigeon. No one wants a dirty up dog. Yeah. Nice. Half pigeon right side. Yes. Melt yourself into this hip opener. Maybe slide something underneath your right hip butt area if you feel like you need a little lift. Let the head go and drop. Down dog, switch sides. Yeah, you move through your down dog, you sweep your left knee forward and through, half pigeon on the left side. Yep. Melt. Let yourself just be. Couple more breaths. Good. Let's use the strength of our body. Start to come up. Lean on the left side and swing the right leg forward. We haven't done our leg lifts in a while. We have the space in here, so we're going to do some leg lifts. So it's going to look like this, guys. Take your block. Sit up with your legs forward. We kind of prep for this the whole class. So the idea in this pose is that you're sitting in your best positional posture. So start with pressing the palms flat into the ground and sitting up really tall. The feet have to stay very flexed. The block will come, I'm going to go medium today, to the outside of your right shin calf area. Yep, you got it. Press strong. So you're zipping everything up, and then you're going to lift your right leg up and over to the outside of the block. And then you're going to bring it back around. Yeah, you got it. You're going to lift. That's 2. Press straight. Arms straight. Zip up the core. You don't want to lean back. Sit up tall. That's 4. Keep going. Flex, lift. Flex, lift. Go for another 4, 3, 2. Do one more. Let's switch. Other side. Here we go. You got to flex strong. Zip it up. And then here we go. Left leg stepped around, and then you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sit up taller. 5, 6, 7. We're going to 10. 8, 9. One more. 10. Good job. Pada Konasana. The soles of the feet come together. Let's fold. Yeah. So sometimes I like this with the feet a little wider out, more like a 5-pointed star. Sometimes it feels better tighter. Okay, so just kind of find one that works. You can also feed your hands underneath and then fold. Yeah. Pull your torso up. You're going to roll down onto your backs. We're going to set up for 2 really solid back bends here. Yep. Take your blocks with you if you know you need them for your feet or for your lower back. Either one works great. You good? Set your feet up, fingertips skim the backs of your heels. Plug down and let's lift up together for set bridge pose. Yeah. You can interlace your hands underneath your low back. You can slide a block. You can have blocks underneath your feet. Anything kind of goes. You're creating a nice level of extension from the tailbone to the lower back. As you wrap your inner thighs down and under, anchor your feet, lift higher. If you're on a block, you're welcome to stay. Everybody else, exhale the breath, lower down. When you hit the floor, take a breath in, take a breath out, you repeat. If you're ready for a full wheel, your palms will flip over your shoulders. Your chin will come to your chest. Together, we'll take a giant breath in, and you'll find your best variation of a full wheel or bridge, supported or not supported. One more time. As we lift up together, tuck your chin to your chest and lift up. Never come right onto the top of the head. Yep. Wrap the feet forward and under and lift a little higher. You got this. Nice work. Exhale the breath, lower down. Remove any objects out. Give your knees a nice little squeeze in towards your chest. Reach for the outer blades of your feet for the famous happy baby. Pull the knees down around the rib cage. You can also hook your big toes. Lengthen your tailbone, soften your shoulders down your back. If it doesn't feel great, you can always grab underneath the thigh area. Yeah. Hug the knees to the chest. Let's wrap the right thigh around the left thigh, but not like a full wrap. Just wrap it, and then you'll lift your hips up, and you're going to drop your knees over to the left. So the right side will drop. Right shoulder blade. Yep, you got it. Perfect. Kind of gets in there nicely. Roll softly to center. Once you come up to a neutralized position, unravel the legs, take the left thigh around the right thigh, lift the hips up a smidgen, and then drop them over towards the right. Nice work, everyone. Roll up to center. Hug your knees in one last time, and we'll find our way into complete rest. Shavasana is the master pose. It's the hardest pose I know. Complete rest. I don't know what happened to the music. There we go. Complete rest. Big full breath in. Large exhale, breath out. You have arrived. Arms reach up over the top of the head for a full stretch from fingertips to toes. Hug your knees deeply in towards your chest. Rock up into any position that works for you this morning, facing any way, and just sit up nice and tall. If you could keep your eyes closed, final moments of the practice. Maybe the hands drift to a prayer. Maybe your hands are on the tops of your thighs. Anything works. And just feel. Have a moment where you just feel. Bow the head to seal the practice. Lift the head, open the eyes. Namaste. We know how to get it done. Go out there, have an awesome weekend. Hydrate yourself. Just because it's cold, you can still get dehydrated. And I'll see you next